We, of course, had fire drills like any other school group. We had to teach children how to get out of the building and what to do in case of an emergency like that. But we had the added thrill of the take cover drills and the nuclear holocaust drills. First of all, each of us were dispensed a dog tag, which we were told by this old teacher, somewhat tactlessly, could withstand the heat of 1,000 degrees centigrade, made not to melt. Unfortunately, our skin disintegrated about 900 degrees before, but we had the comfort of knowing we could be identified in the event we were burned beyond recognition in a nuclear holocaust. She actually put it that way. Had my name, I think it's Klein Robert Heeb, something, you know. And there were two kinds. One, if you got ample warning that the Soviets were somewhere over the Antilles. I don't know where that is, but it sounds like a good place to be. When they were some distance away and we had plenty of time. That is, we would get into the halls, line up along the side of the walls, cover our heads with our coats. Then there was a little more serious drill when the enemy was around 98th Street and Park Avenue. I mean, when you could hear the whistle of the thing coming, and there was no warning. And the way they would do this is a monitor would come and turns out to have a thing for the teacher, when this monitor leaves, conduct a surprise take cover drill. And, you know, she'd go, she'd give it away, look at the class, sign it, and leave. Anyway, children, we were talking about Thomas Jefferson. Take cover! We were instructed to go under the desk, put your backside to the window. For some reason, that was less valuable to lose than your brain. And I don't remember if you put your hands over your head or not, but of course, they never bothered to change the monitor. So it got, after a while, very boring. The monitor would come in, everyone would slowly get under their desk before the teacher signed it, you know. There was involved in this a system of sirens, and 2 short blasts, one followed by 1 loud blast is, you know, take cover. 4 short blasts and 1 loud blast, followed by 3 short blasts, all clear. I mean, you could confuse these and walk out in an all clear and get disintegrated. Also, they foolishly blew a siren every day at 12 o'clock. And it drove me crazy, walking home for lunch, and, oh, it's 12 o'clock, you know, I mean, and it always occurred to me that the Soviets could attack at 12 o'clock. We'd think it's lunch, and they were all gone. You know, it's bye-bye, baby. So it's funny that I had some dreams about it and thought about it. Also, there was a law which prohibited sirens on television programs. If you were watching Abbott and Costello, and there was a chase with an ambulance, hey, Abbott! And the siren started to go off for the ambulance, the sound would cut off on television. All stations were required to, just so it wouldn't confuse people. I think that it had a more subtle and momentous meaning of terror, that it invaded dreams. You took it for granted after a while, like you take everything for granted, like you really didn't think it would happen. You know, we have all kinds of protection. After all, we'll do it to them. That was the truce of terror. Eisenhower called it, I've forgotten exactly how he articulated it, but it's true. It held up for many, many years. They knew they'd get it back and therefore didn't do it. But it was, I think, wearing. And it's interesting when you think about it that our upbringing was strict and by the rules, and you didn't break those rules. That was to come later.